Hey everyone, AphroditesCrush here. How's it going, YouTube? Um, what I was initially going to do with this video, supposed to be my comeback video and whatnot, and I was going to talk about, a couple things that you people wanted to know, wanted to see, and all that. But one thing that actually came up is that yesterday, Thursday, Nintendo released its quarterly earnings and also introduced the Nintendo 3DS price drop. Now, if you guys are not really in tune to what's going on with Nintendo, this 3DS has really fallen flat. It's not become this huge thing that Nintendo thought it was going to be. And I guess what is going on here is that a lot of people are calling them on it. Because it does this pseudo 3D that Nintendo was so hyped about. And they're like, oh, this thing does this and it does this. And people are just like, no, we really don't need that, blah, blah, blah. So basically what's going on is that a lot of people are just like, nah, I don't think so. All it has is a little 3D emulator that makes it better than the standard DS, which you can get for like $100. They're trying to sell it for like $250. So they introduced a price drop yesterday to kind of take the edge off, And along with that, they also did their quarterly earnings. They lost $300 million last quarter. So not only are they dropping the price of what's supposed to be their new flagship, I guess, handheld, portable media player, blah, 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 they also lost $300 million. And also, along with the price drop and them losing the money, they're also going to be taking a loss on every single 3DS that's sold. And I'm sitting here looking at this news yesterday, and I say to myself, why? Why does Nintendo, a company that's prided itself on being innovators and whatnot, why don't they just take the loss, chalk it up, and say, well, it didn't work? And that's what Sony did. Sony thought that the PSP Go was going to be the greatest thing in the world, and now it's like it never even existed. Why? Because Sony said, okay, we screwed up. Nintendo refuses to believe that, anything that they do could fall flat. The Virtual Boy was supposed to be the next big thing, and now people are starting to see the Wii for what it really is. And now not only they have the 3DS that's now out, next year they're going to push the Wii U down our throats. Don't get me wrong, I am a Nintendo fan. I like Nintendo games. I have a GameCube. I currently have in my possession a 64, and I also have a Game Boy Advance, and I love all those systems. But when a company sits here and tries to throw nothing but, and this is exactly what it is, they try to throw gimmicks at my face and try to tell me they're for gamers, I find an issue with that. I find an issue with a company saying this is supposed to be the next big thing and continues to push and push. And it does see a niche. I'll be the first one to admit I don't like the Wii. I do not like it at all. I don't really see the point of having to do 45 extra things on your video games. I understand that Nintendo's like, well, we need to get the kids more active and get gamers more active. That's fine. Introduce it as a peripheral to a console, which is what the Wii was supposed to be intended for. It was supposed to be an extension of the Game Boy, or the Nintendo GameCube. And for some reason, some big wig at Nintendo was like, hey, let's just release it as its own console. Let's charge people, $200, $150 now for a reduced gaming experience. That's what I call it. It's a reduced gaming experience. It doesn't give you a hardcore game. I think maybe we get like once a year. We get a good hardcore game, like, get the Metroid games and what was it else that came out just this past year? We know we had a couple M-rated games like Mad World, Red Steel, but those games seem to fail because all you'll ever see people buying a Wii for is like kids. And the adults that pick up the Wii, they'll play it a couple times with their buddies, coming over the weekends, having a fun party, but then they'll sit in a closet. And I think the study that came out, I think it was like last year or the year before, that said that a minimum of 40% of all Wiis are only used within the first month of purchase. I think that speaks volumes. And now we have the Wii U coming out next year that's basically a huge DS. That's all it is. You have a little tablet touchscreen, and then you also have your actual screen for gaming. And all this that I'm hearing about how only the one player is going to get the little tablet, and the second player is going to have to stick with the Wii controls. Why even introduce a new console then? If all you're going to do is it's going to be basically a juiced up Wii, why make people dish out more money for something that it could be just be introduced as a peripheral? So they're trying to basically use the same formula for this next Wii U as they did for the Wii. It's supposed to be a peripheral to an older console, but they tried to introduce it as a new console. I will not be purchasing this. I don't like gimmicks. I like gaming. I like having a solution to my gaming issues. I like having a controller in my hands and not having to jump through hoops, almost figuratively and literally, to play my video games. I'm old school. I like having a controller in my hands and having my attention diverted to the screen. I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, it's more than that. I've played a Wii before. I work in an environment that lets me see people playing these games because I work in the electronics section of a company. That's what I push. I push the new technology. That's part of the reason why I have that job, because I like the new tech. I like learning about the new stuff that's going on. I've played the 360, I've played the PS3, I've played the Wii. I've owned a 360 and I own a PS3. I don't own a Wii, because I'm going to play GameCube games on a GameCube, and that's that. But that's my opinion. My opinion is that Nintendo needs to get back to its roots, get back to being an innovator of great games instead of trying to push new systems that aren't really new systems. But like I said, that's just my opinion. I'm very open to your guys' comments. If you disagree with what I'm saying, let me know. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Give me all your comments, rate my video, all this other stuff. Do very much thank everyone for still clicking on the vids and whatnot. But y'all have a good one. Peace.